Fabiano Caruana. You just beat Pragananda with the black pieces. How did the game go?
I think I was a little bit worse out of the opening. He played a rare but not entirely new idea to play a4, and after a5 we get a very known type of position, but these pawns create some potential squares on b5 for him and on b4 for me. But it's maybe a little worse, but it's more or less a normal position. Then we were kind of shuffling around, and he went for a very ambitious idea, 95. But I thought it's a little bit maybe too ambitious.
Can I ask one question about that? Because I think you were actually repeating some moves. Were you intending to, if you would repeat moves, would you go for the draw?
Well, I sort of avoided the repetition with rook c8. I could have kept playing bishop b4, bishop d6, and I assume actually that he would have continued playing, but I didn't want to leave it to chance that the game ends immediately, and of course the draw isn't bad, but it would be a little bit too short of a draw. So I played rook c8 to sort of avoid that, and also to provoke him into some potential stuff like this. And yeah, at some point it just went very quickly downhill for him after he played knight d4, which I think was a very large mistake. He could take on b5, queen d3, and I think it's very close to equal. Of course, I'm comfortable. I certainly can't be worse, but I doubt I'm really better. And yeah, I don't know how bad it was for him after knight d4, but it was extremely unpleasant. And the endgame, I think, is losing, although it's a little bit close. It's kind of concrete that I never let him get my a pawn. Just tactically, he never is able to get it, and it advances all the way to a2.
Yeah, earlier in this tournament you had some struggles, for example, with your coach who was in quarantine. I think he's released now from that. Does it make you feel better here in Wijk aan Zee now? Now everything is things reopened here.
Yeah, it does feel a lot better, especially now that restaurants have opened the last 2 days, and things seem more or less back to normal. But yeah, it's a bit late in the tournament for me. I mean, I have no chances of even fighting for first place, and I haven't already for a while. Haven't had any chances, so it's a bit like I'm not really playing for anything. But my play was terrible, and at least today I think it was normal. So that's a step up. My play for pretty much the entire tournament up to this round was really awful. Even the games I won were pretty bad. So
but you will play Magnus tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll play Magnus, who I think is kind of securing tournament victory no matter what happens.
Well, if his game ends in a draw today, then Rapport will be half a point behind him.
Okay, I guess there's still, but he also has an automatic win in the last round. I mean, it's like yeah, I guess it's theoretically possible, but it's pretty hard to imagine anything else besides Magnus winning the tournament at this point.
But is it a special game for you to play Magnus, someone you know very well?
Yeah, we actually don't play quite as often these days as we used to. We used to play, a dozen times a year in various events in classical or rapt or blitz, and for whatever reason we haven't played too much the last 2 years or so. After we played that online match on Lichess, after that we really haven't played so much. So yeah, it's a bit. I guess it's a somewhat special occasion. But yeah, it's also we've played so many times against each other that it doesn't feel so special.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks.